time to see a saga, an era that has lasted since 1977 for 42 years. Does it end on a high or does it end on a fart? For Rise of Skywalker, it's kind of looking back on it, kind of both.
And also, shout out to my cat Salome, looking at me right now in disapproval because I haven't bothered to watch the Cats movie yet. Seriously, you have not watched the trailer yet. This thing is nothing but an LSD hallucination. But I may catch it up on DVD. Good point.
Hello, my name is Elijah Wells, and this full of spoilers review of Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. The story is Rey, picking up a year after the events of Last Jedi. Rey still training with Carrie Fisher's character, General Leia, after she has some images in her head about Kylo Ren killing Han Solo off in Force Awakens. He decides, you know what, I'm going to have to encounter him one last time. Well, of course, Poe and Finn go on the same adventure, but also finding a specific clue to where Luke Skywalker left off to find a quest to that frozen planet where there was this big, massive fleet of Sith ships and First Order ships, which are now called the Final Order. And seems like someone does not want to stay dead after like 30 years or so. And it's Palpatine, who somehow does not want to stay dead. And plot and spoiler alert, Palpatine is the grandfather of Rey. We got the result, guys. We've got the result. You are the grandfather. Yes. Palpatine is the grandfather of Rey. It's confirmed. It's canon. Again, although the plot can be a bit too hard to describe, but let's get down to some things I did and I did not like about the film. Okay, to kind of get off the film, although it has mixed reviews, I think I know what I don't like about the film is the massive plot hole that Luke Skywalker's fighter jet somehow, after like 30 or 20 years underwater, it somehow for some reason still flies. Like, I was like talking to my dad who was watching it with me, like, Dad, should the engine like be flooded or something? Like, this thing can't clearly work. Like, how does Star Wars mechanics work in this universe? Like, I think it kind of got a little bit silly when it was like, yeah. Then, although when there was in the final battle scene, when there's these like thousands and thousands of rebel ships, I felt like, yes, this is happening, and only to have my reality kind of crushed in some way, where they only like shoot down like 3 or 2 blasters, and they cut to Rey v Palpatine. I was like, is that it? Like, you almost got me there. Like, you got me like endgame level of excited. Now you got me like this, like, okay, don't kill off like that, please. I really do like the performances of John Boyega and Daisy Ridley as Finn and Rey, but special shout out to Carrie Fisher. Although this is her entire performances mainly consist of archive footage or abandoned footage from Last Jedi and Force Awakens, they allegedly had to rewrite and rework the script to work around these archive footage after she passed away in 27th December 2016. Yeah, 2016. Yeah, I thought like everyone's had that one question because Carrie Fisher's character, because General Leia was going to be the main character, well, by default, for the Rise of Skywalker. But when her death came, so we had to work creatively around that. I felt like, ooh, how are they going to work around that? Like, when they used like leftover footage, I felt like, are they going to do like Paul Walker in Fast and Furious 7 where they did a mixture of stunt doubles, his brother, and some CG? No, they've actually entirely used leftover footage, which is like, oh, this is really good. I felt like, okay, this is gone better than what I previously predicted it would go. Like, it would be like I thought it was going to come off like awkward or something. For a couple more pros and cons about the movie, I I think one con is that when it turns out that General Hux was a spy all that time, I felt like, oh come on, really? That's just being way too silly. Just way too silly for me. No. Stop that. That's too silly. When General Hux comes out as a spy. I felt like, come on, you blew up like a whole solar system in Force Awakens. You are more Emperor Snow favored you over Kylo Ren. I felt like, really, this is like now, like you're like way more evil than Kylo Ren. I feel like you said I just wanted Kylo Ren to lose. Like, come on, you've won already. Like if you won by if it's based on evilness, you won like a country mile. Like, how on earth? Why did they not hint it out like in the previous two films? You can't just pull a Fast and Furious 8 like, oh, you had a child and a wife all that time. I feel like, where did that come from? Like, you never mentioned anyone, let alone hint about it. I think that's kind of really dumb. It's never hinted about it, nor never discussed, or let alone, I feel like it's just a rewrite that came out straight out of nowhere. But I'm not trying to be needlessly harsh about this movie, but I really do like the special effects in the film. I really like J.J. Abrams' direction, but I think the fight scene I really like isn't Rey v Palpatine, but it's Rey v Kylo Ren in this stormy, wavy shipwreck. I feel like I like all these flippy flip jumps and like wee, like and that, and I thought them crashing off with all these waves in the background kind of gives it a bit more of this epic feel. I think the only way, if that scene alone, Rey v Kylo Ren in that shipwreck, is add a one-winged angel by Final Fantasy VII. Just, if that video does not exist in 1 year time, I'm going to be angry as hell. And since the choreography is just amazing, and particularly with lightsabers, and the editing in it is pretty good. Lando finally returns after like 36 years away, and I felt like, this is really good fan service for once. Like, he's been outside of Han Solo, Princess Leia, and Luke Skywalker. But what about the other characters from like the original, let alone the prequels? I thought, yay, he finally came back, and he kind of served really good purpose in the plot compared to Rose, who's just there, to be honest. Rose, who was, I'm presuming, Finn's girlfriend in Last Jedi, she just sticks in the background and just there. Like, come on, please, give her more, like, than a couple of lines. Lando stands out, but I don't like it when Rose has been left in the background way too long. To conclude, Star Wars finale, Rise of Skywalker, was okay at best. Although it was better than Last Jedi, it's not as epic, nor as big, nor as glossy as, let's say, Force Awakens. Rise of Skywalker, if comparing to the three films from the sequel trilogy, it's a middle child for me. It's not as grand. It's my favorite Star Wars movie, like Return of the Jedi, which is my favorite Star Wars movie. Controversial opinion. And it's not as terrible as, to say, Attack on Clones, where nothing happens in that film. Oh no, I would not be that offended if I'd watched it again, because there's some qualities I really like, there's some qualities I didn't like, there's some things that really improved in Last Jedi, some things that was the worst out of the trilogy, but all in all, I kind of liked it. For all in all, it's an okay. I'm kind of reluctant to say it's okay. I think it's definitely not mediocre at best. It's somewhat above okay. It may be a safe 7 out of 10. I could have given it more, I could have given it less, but this is Large World, so bye.